Internal Revenue Service IRS tax news. For Illinois and Tennessee tornado victims, IRS extends 2021 tax filing deadline, other deadlines to May 16th. But first, an attempt at a joke. I apologize in advance. A man tries to convince an IRS agent that he doesn't have any money to pay his taxes due to being crazy by walking into the IRS audit wearing only a sheet of saran wrap. The IRS agent says, "Okay, I can clearly see your nuts. We usually get paid in cash, but if that's all you have..." The man suddenly pulled his wallet out of what seemed to be thin air and paid his taxes. On the plus side, I have been making a lot of jokes about inflation lately. It seems that both the Federal Reserve and Congress, in their own strange ways, have actually recognized the problem of inflation. I don't think recognition will stop the economic body from having to recover from past addictive behavior, or that recognition will stop future destructive policies, but recognition of the problem of inflation is a healthy step, which is nice. IR 2021-252, December 20th, 2021, Washington. Victims of this month's tornadoes in parts of Illinois and Tennessee will have until May 16, 2022 to file various individual and business tax returns and make tax payments, the Internal Revenue Service announced today. This is the same relief already provided to storm victims in Kentucky, following last week emergency declarations issued by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, otherwise known as FEMA, F-E-M-A. There's a link to FEMA here. The IRS is providing this relief to taxpayers affected by storms, tornadoes, and flooding that took place on December 10th in parts of Illinois and Tennessee. Currently, relief is available to affected taxpayers who live or have a business in, and I will most likely mispronounce these, but there will be a link to this in the description. And you can also check the FEMA page, which there'll be a link to as well, which will have the updated list so that you can see the updated list there. So we have Bond, Cass, Coles, Effingham, Fayette, Jersey, Macoupin, Madison, Montgomery, Morgan, Moultrie, Pike and Shelby counties in Illinois and Cheatham, Decatur, Dickson, Dyer, Gibson, Lake, Obion, Stewart, and Weakley counties in Tennessee. But the IRS will provide the same relief to any other localities designated by FEMA in these or neighboring states. The current list of eligible localities is always available on the disaster relief page. There's a link to that here, and it's also on the IRS.gov website, including numerous counties in Kentucky announced last week. The tax relief postpones various filing and payment deadlines that occurred starting on December 10th. As a result, affected individuals and businesses will have until May 16th to file returns and pay any taxes that were originally due during this period. This includes 2021 individual income tax returns due on April 18th, as well as various 2021 business returns normally due on March 15th and April 18th. Among other things, this means that affected taxpayers will have until May 16th to make 2021 IRA contributions. In addition, farmers who choose to forego making estimated tax payments and normally file their returns by March 1st will now have until May 16th, 2022 to file their 2021 return and pay any tax due. The May 16th deadline also applies to quarterly estimated income tax payments due on January 18th and April 18th. Among other things, this means that individual taxpayers can skip making the fourth quarter estimated tax payment normally due on January 18th, 2022. Instead, include it with the 2021 return they file on or before May 16th. In addition, the quarterly payroll and excise tax returns normally due on January 31st and May 2nd, 2022 are also now due on May 16th. In addition, penalties on payroll and excise tax deposits due on or after December 10th and before December 27th will be abated as long as the deposits are made by December 27, 2021. The IRS Disaster Relief page has details on other returns, payments, and tax-related actions qualifying for the additional time. The IRS automatically provides filing and penalty relief to any taxpayer with IRS address of record located in the disaster area. Therefore, taxpayers do not need to contact the agency to get this relief. However, if an affected taxpayer receives a late filing or late payment penalty notice from the IRS that has an original or extended filing, payment, or deposit due date, falling within the postponement period, the taxpayer should call the number on the notice to have the penalty abated. In addition, the IRS will work with any taxpayer who lives outside the disaster area but whose records necessary to meet a deadline occurring during the postponement period are located in the affected area. Taxpayers qualifying for relief who live outside the disaster area need to contact the IRS at 866-562-5227, 866-562-5227, 866-562-5227. This also includes workers assisting the relief activities who are affiliated with a recognized government or philanthropic organization, individuals and businesses in a federally declared disaster area who suffer uninsured or unreimbursed disaster-related losses can choose to claim them on either the return for the year the loss occurred, in this instance the 2021 return normally filed next year, or the return for the prior year, 2020, in this instance. Be sure to write the FEMA declaration number, which is 3577EM for Illinois and 3576EM for Tennessee, on any return claiming a loss. See publication 547 for details. There's a link to that publication here. The tax relief is part of a coordinated federal response to the damage caused by these storms and is based on local damage assessments by FEMA. For information on disaster recovery, visit disasterassistance.gov. There's a link to that here. There'll be a link to this in the description.